Wow.
Oh, hello there. I did not see you. I apologize, as I was just admiring my new, delicate, very sensual pajamas. It's new. I don't know if you've noticed, but here it is. What an adorable, very sensual, very sophisticated pajamas. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I won't be doing that again. So ever since I made my very first video about the Akai MPK Mini, which just shows you how to plug it in and start playing it, I have received a lot of, well, not really, I just received 2 requests. I have been asked how to use it to create a cover, and that's what we'll be doing today. So what's up everybody? The goal of today's video is for you to learn how to finally use the Akai MPK Mini and actually start doing covers with it. And this video is for you if you're not a professional, you don't have any producing background. This is really the most basic thing you can do there. Alright, well the first thing is you have to have an Akai MPK Mini. Well, you don't have to have the exact thing. I'll show you what I do with mine, but if you have a different MIDI keyboard, then that's probably good. I don't want you to go end up buying this just because I told you so. But if you want to buy this and you want to learn how to plug it in first, you better watch the first video because this will not deal with that. This will only deal with how to actually create the cover. Okay. So our sample song for today is The Scientist by Coldplay. First of all, when making music, I actually have a notepad in front of me. So because you're online, I'd rather just open a notepad for you. The first one I do is actually figuring out the song. So in my case, I've already done that. My song for today is The Scientist. Oops, I'm sorry. By Coldplay. The second step that you have to do is you really have to listen to the song. There is no shortcut here. Listen to it before you go to bed, listen to it while you're in the shower, listen to it while you're eating, like literally anything. While you're doing it, listen to the song. You have to memorize the song to the point that you can sing it even without any lyrics in front of you. So what does this mean for you, right? Okay, so when I say listen to the song, when I say listen to the song, you actually have to really know every verse. You have to know when the drums come in, you have to know when every verse come in, how many beats does it take to get to the chorus and everything. So I'm going to start that with you as well. I'm going to show you exactly what I do and exactly how I listen to the song. So I play the song on YouTube on the right side and me listing it on the left side so you can know exactly what I write. I'll start listening to this in a normal speed so you can actually follow me first, and then when we're done with it we'll go into 1.75 speed so we can go faster. Okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one set of chords. Okay, so since I've listened to this a lot of times before, I actually know that we're already coming into the chorus. Or not really the chorus yet. I think it's the chorus. It is, right? So I don't know if you saw what I did there, but I'm listening to it and I can already tell that there is one chord progression that we're following. So we're not looking at the pattern of the chords yet, but I already know that the intro will need 2 sets of those before we can get into the verse. And when we get into the verse, I find out that we actually have around 4 sets of sentences that Coldplay says, 1 set of those chords per verse. So now in the verse, we have at least 4 sentences, which means we need just 1 verse with 4 sets of chords. And we can just all erase the other ones. So now I'm going into the chorus. So that's the end of a chord. So that's 1 set, and here comes the second set. See, there's always that same progression of chords wherever they go, so you'll just try to listen for that. So it's 2 for the chorus. And then we're back to the intro kind of chords. And we'll just, so I'm assuming now that it's 2, but I'm still listening. And yes, it did progress to another set of chord, and that's what we want to follow through, okay? Okay, so now that we're done figuring that out, let's see. I'm gonna make this faster, so you don't have to wait too long. I'm just gonna put this into 1.75 speed so we can just finish this up as fast as we can, because I don't want you to just sit there and listen to the whole music. It's too fast for me, I'm sorry. This is chord set 2, and this is chord set 3. So after that, since we have listened to the song, the third step that I'd like you to do is find the chords of the song. So there are different ways in finding the chords of the song. Number 1 is the easiest way, which I regularly do. Just go to ultimateguitar.com. Just go to ultimateguitar.com. So I'm gonna go there now on my other here. So I'm already here, right? So what I'll be doing is I'm just gonna search for The Scientist. So don't think too much on which version to choose. If you're just a basic musician, you just go for the ones with the most number of reviews and the most number of stars, which in this case is the second one, which is this one. It has 4.5 stars and 1,300 that have vouched for it. So we're gonna choose that. So now these are the real chords, and we can hear them by just listening to them. Come back to meet you, tell you I'm sorry, don't know how lovely you are. So those are the 2 sets of chords for the first one. Let's just copy that for now. Okay. Now for the 4 sets of chords for the verse, they're all the same. We're lucky. So then we just have to paste this over here. For the chorus, it's just A sharp, it's F, and F sustained 2. It's A sharp, it's F, and then it goes into this different set of chords here. So it's actually different, but it's okay. But we will just copy that for a while so we just know. Okay, so let's go 4th, and then it's an instrumental. We didn't, so the instrumental has 2 sets of chords, and this is already the 2 sets. So my next step is to figure out your style. So if you listen to Coldplay's The Scientist, you can easily hear that it's almost like a ballad with a type of soft rock kind of thing. But for me, I'm more of an acoustic person, and my voice is more suited to a mellow voice. So I'll probably go with that. So I'll go for a mellow style. Like, when I say mellow, it's more of like what you hear in elevators. I like elevator music. My next step would be is to find the bass. No, I'm actually not find the bass. Start inputting the bass. So for now, we'll go into Ableton. So to give you a dive into the world of how I create music, I always start with the bass. I have no explanation why. It's just that when I was learning music with my father, he always taught me to always start with the bass because everything else goes along and it follows when you already have the bass to work with. So I've always applied that. I can't tell you why I do that. It's just that's the way I do my music. And if you'd like to follow that, good for you. This is the video for you. So we're gonna start creating the bass. Figure out what the bass is. And the answer is the first letter that you see here will determine what bass you're going to use. Before we even dive further, I'd like to show you some of the features of Ableton that will help you create your cover with ease. The first one is tap. The second one that you'll go most likely with editing is the number of beats per minute. So this number rising, I'm actually just clicking on it and then my mouse just goes up and down. So that's how I edit it. Currently, its default is at 120 beats per minute. It really depends on you, but if you're not sure and you just want an accurate depiction of what your song is, I'd like you to so I'm just gonna type in The Scientist BPM. According to Google, the BPM is 72. I can actually just edit it, 72. And another thing you should be using here is this. This is the tempo beat, so you know when to click when. So I'll play it for you for a while. So what you're hearing right now, it's called a metronome. What a metronome does is it's helping you figure out, like when you're starting to input the song, what the beat is. And it's currently set to 72 beats per minute. To tell you I'm sorry, you don't know how lovely you are. And that's it. That's our beat. That's our beat. That's exactly what Coldplay uses, and we're gonna use that as well for simplicity. Okay, so we're gonna start inputting the bass. I just go into Ableton and I look for a bass. It doesn't matter now because we're still trying to input the very foundation of the song. Don't think about it too much for now. We can always change everything later. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this Bofner bass. So this is really just the skeleton. We're really just creating the skeleton for now. Don't worry about anything else for now, just the bass. So I'd like you to go on Google and just type in piano keys. There you go, yeah, piano key. You have 2, 3, 2, 3. So it's basically the same if you just look on Google and you see this piano chord right here, right? So this is a C. I have it here, you just don't see it, and the D, and so we'll just look at the first letter. This is D, so this is the bass, and it's found as it's the second white key between the 2 black keys, and then the next bass is A sharp, and you'll find it here. It's the last 3rd black key. The next bass is F. It's the first key is the first white key in the set of 3 black keys, and so forth. So we're gonna go with the metronome and we're gonna try listening to it and try to play the music in your head. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. D, da, 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 da. Okay, so that's one whole set. The reason why we're stopping now is because it's the same for all 8 sets. So if you double click here, it's gonna show up here, and this is your piano. So remember, let's move it because you're trying to start from the beginning. So I'm just gonna move it. See how easily it glides in. And we want to make sure we're beginning here because that's the beginning of the beat, and we want to make sure that extends to the end of the beat, right? So we're trying to already correct our mistakes now. So let's just try listening to it. Play D and then A sharp. You can actually see the chords here too. F and then F. And then according to what we've written, we need 8 sets of these. So you can just click on it and copy it, and you can just paste it for 7 more times. And that's how easy it is. So we're just gonna make sure that it's actually 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then one more. 8. So now we have the first 8 sets of beats, right? So it's that simple. We already have finished the first set, the bass for the first verse. What you can do, just so you're not confused, is actually color them. Like for example, pink would be your intro, and I'll just color this like this color, so I know that this is my verse. And then so 4 sets, and then 2 sets in the chorus, I make this orange. So the process is same from everything else. So what I'll do is I'll just create the bass off camera so we can just go faster. So next we'll start putting in the melody. Successfully completed all the bass from start to end of the song. I want you to open Google and start looking for piano chords. Don't worry, all of the images and all of the files that I'm using, I'll add them to the description down below. So if you just want to look for what I had, I'll give them to you. It's a D minor 7. So this is our D. So what I'm going to be doing now is just following these according to the piano that I have. You know, you will see exactly. But what I'll be doing with this part is I'll actually go here and use a grand piano instead. So this is now different from this one. Like this one is a bass, and this one now is a grand piano. All you have to do is just switch between the record button so you can hear it. So next we're gonna do the melody. So the first one is a D minor 7. According to here in my chord sheet, a D minor 7 looks something like this. So I'm gonna be following that. Okay, so let's begin by pressing record, and I'm just gonna follow what it looks like on my sheet. There is, if you look closely, there's one here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put an octave up. And then there is one here, and there is one here. So this is a minor, and it says it's a 7. So this is a D minor 7. So I'm gonna play that for the first chord, and then an A sharp. So I'm just gonna take a look at that, and according to this, okay, very good. The chord looks nice and crisp, so we're just gonna quantize all of that. So yeah, so now once I drag and drop all of these, now it sounds better, and it should give us a very nice D minor 7 chord. Right, so that's what we're gonna do. Is I'm just stretching it out so I don't have to play the chord again. And the next chord that I have to play is A sharp. So if I look at my chord again, A sharp is here. Here's the actually here's the A sharp here, and we only need an A sharp. So one key here, one key here, and one key here. If I'm going to try doing that, it's this, this, and this. So that's an A chord. So if I see that, you see these red things pop up, you can actually just create a chord from that and just see how easy it is. Just like wherever you're clicking, try to figure out where you're clicking and just double click on it and drag it. And now you have one complete chord, and that's it. As easy as that. So now when you play it, you now have two chords, the D minor 7 and the A sharp. So let's try it. Come back to meet, come back to meet you, when you saw, right? So you're already making music. If you got this far, congratulations. If you haven't, like, you're gonna do it. Just go back to the previous step, try doing it again. Next chord that we're gonna do is an F. I just don't want this video to take too long, so we're just doing it as quickly as we can. So an F looks like this. One chord here, one key here, one key here, and one key on the here. So I'm just gonna copy that. And putting it here again, I see where these lights pop up. I double click on the first block, I extend it. Double click on the second block, I extend it again. And I double click here, and then I extend it again. And now we have an F chord. The next one is an F sustained 2. I am not sure what an F sustained 2 is yet, so what I'm gonna do is F sustained 2 piano chord. I just typed in Google. And then it already tells me what it looks like. So it says one key here, one key here, and one key here. So we're gonna do that. That's it. I'm just gonna extend this again because we're already lacking here. So I'm already clicking on it. It already tells me what I'm clicking. I'm gonna create another chord, and that should be our F sustained 2. So we're gonna try listening to that. Tell me how lovely you are. And because we've already done our first chord, we already know that our second chords look exactly the same set as the first one. So we're just gonna copy that and paste it. Now we have a new one, and we already know that it is the same as the whole verse. So I'll be pasting that for 4 more times, and now we already completed until our pre-chorus. So let's try it out. So this is the intro. Dun, 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 dun. We'll add melody later so it makes sense, but right now what's important for you is to have the skeleton of your song. Come up to meet you, to tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I have to find you, to tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Right? So we're already doing it, and now we just need our chorus and the rest of the song. I'll be doing this off cam again, so later on we'll just add some little more touches like the drums, and I'll already start teaching you how to edit the instrument that we use so we can make it a little more unique. As you see, it's already quite done. So by now I'm just gonna choose something else. It's really up to you. I just go and trial and error and see which one's the best. So let's say instrument rack, some ambient and evolving. So let's try chimes and bow. And let's just put it here instead of the grand piano. So now when we play it, What I'll just do is I'll put in a little bit of drums for the second verse so it doesn't sound too boring all throughout. Yeah, okay, so we'll just go into them to some drums, put in some 808s, and let's try and do that. Just like very basic maracas. So we're gonna record once more. Sounds like. So now our melody is done. It's time for us to add the voice in. And the way to do that is just to make sure that your audio is, like your mic is on. Basically what I'll be doing is I'm going to turn on the record button here on the audio, but I need to plug in my microphone, which I'm using right now. Click this record button and just start from the beginning and click the record icon over here and it'll start recording. You will be able to hear what you've made and it almost seems like you're already just doing karaoke. Alright? Okay, see you soon. Okay, so at this point we're already done and this is what we've gotten so far. So what we'll be doing is we're just gonna mix it down to one audio file so we can just go ahead and put it in a video. And that's it. All I did was I clicked the record button and then I just recorded using this one and I sang along with the music that I hear and I'm going to show you how to mix it down now. So to mix it down, just click on File and then Export Audio or Video. And just those are just the default settings. I'm happy with the default ones. It really depends if you want an MP3 file or a WAV file. I'd rather have a WAV file. It's just easier to deal with when I'm doing it in video. So and then I click export, and then I just put it somewhere there, and then it's gonna save. Let's name this Final Coldplay. So I'm gonna wait for it to be done, and once it's done, tune in for the final result. Please don't expect it to be good. This is all for examples purposes. Feel free to take a look at all my other MIDI videos, and so if you want to view it, you can just go ahead to my channel, go under my playlist and go to MIDI keyboard covers and you'll find some of it there. So this is the end of the video. The next clip is me showing you the song, the actual song, while me singing it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and share and subscribe to my channel. And you can also click the bell notification if you want notifications on when I upload videos. If you have any questions about Ableton or if you have any questions about your MIDI keyboard, please feel free to comment down below. I'll try to answer as much as I can. Again, I'm not a professional, but I'm here to help if there's anything I can do. So thank you so much, and I hope I see you next time with my next pajamas. Bye! Come up to meet you. the stars.